Hello everyone. Welcome to the monthly session of District 61's Pathways Champion Initiative organized by the Division C leadership team. I'm Division C Director Rishanthi Pattiarachchi. Joining me this evening is Area 24 Director and Pathways Champion Initiative's Project Manager Brian Lee and Area 22 Director Tanya Aid. We also have the pleasure of the company of many other distinguished Toastmasters from our community today. Thank you all for joining us and your interest in the Pathways program in Toastmasters. As the essence of the Toastmasters experience, Pathways is the pathway to enhance your communication skills in Toastmasters. District 61 is committed to help its members achieve their educational goals in Pathways. This initiative is one of those attempts. Through monthly open mentorship hours, our members will get the opportunity to discuss their challenges with an experienced Toastmaster within our community. This helps our members find some viable solutions to their challenges so that we all can make incremental progress to become competent communicators. This evening, we have a special guest to answer our questions. Our guest this evening is past International Director, Distinguished Toastmaster, Gina Cook. Gina joined Toastmasters in 1989 and loves this organization and what it provides the members to learn and grow. She has been a constantly active member at the club, district, and international levels. Gina has taken on every role on the club executive, most of the district executive roles, and has served a 2-year term on the International Board of Directors. Gina has also enjoyed learning provided by the Pathways program and has completed all 11 paths and has started over again. Gina is the Vice President of Education at both of her clubs, Stittsville Toastmasters and Silver and Weiser Toastmasters. She is also the current Area 5 Director. My dear fellow Toastmasters, please help me in welcoming Distinguished Toastmaster Gina Cook to our session this evening. Welcome, Gina. Good to see you. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderfully. Thank you very much for asking.
Great. So as we are with you today, you are stuck with us for an hour.
Awesome.
Let's get anything that you would like to share with our community. Especially, we are so lucky to have someone like you in District 61. You have walked many paths in Toastmasters, especially in Pathways. That's where our special interest with you today.
Sure.
As I told in the introduction, you have completed 11 pathways, and now you have started it all over again. Before we go to pathways, Gina, can you please tell us, after 35 years, what still keeps you in Toastmasters?
Well, Rishanthi, I must admit that I love Toastmasters. I love what it offers the members. And for myself, I continue to go back week after week after week, not just for what I personally gain, but what I can also offer. Now, for myself, I personally gain the satisfaction and the wonder as I help many new members start their path, their own journey, their own path in Toastmasters, and learning what they can do and how they can improve themselves, gaining that confidence. Because I look back to when I first started, how scared I was to get up in front of a group, to be able to express my ideas. Let me tell you, I was scared. And the journey that I took to be able to improve that level of confidence, be able to gain the confidence to speak just at a departmental meeting, at work or at a community association, or simply to get up and present a toast at family Christmas. That was huge for me. And it has been almost, it's going on 35 years that I've been attending every single week. Unless I've been on vacation, then I usually try to find a local Toastmaster club to visit, which has been amazing now. But the things that keep me coming back, a lot of it is the camaraderie that I've built, the family that we've created in Toastmasters, whether it is simply within the club, the area, the division, the district, and sometimes the international level, because I've made so many wonderful friends at every level, from club through to international level. And that's one of the huge things that definitely keeps me coming back week after week after week.
You have
Shanti?
found your family. You have
I
found
have.
your family, second family. That's us. And of course, I have to admit that you were one of my mentors officially, and you are
Yes.
still my mentor unofficially. And it's not just for me, and you are an inspiration to most of us in this district. After achieving everything that a Toastmaster could achieve in leadership roles in Toastmasters, why are you still doing pathways, Gina?
Well, one of the things that people have asked is that, look, you've got a DTM. Why are you still doing it? And to me, DTM is the starting point. That's where you get to really start your leadership journey. You've done just a little bit to be able to gain that distinguished Toastmasters designation. And now people know about you. And so now they start to call you saying, oh, Rishanthi, can you do this? Brian, can you do this? Tanya, can you do this? Scott, can you do this for me? And now you get many more opportunities open to you to be able to do so much more. Like just a couple, yesterday, I got an email from a Toastmaster from around the world that said, would you consider being on the European judging panel? And I was like, no, I got enough going on here, but thank you so much for offering an interesting opportunity. For myself, I continue to look for opportunities for growth. Every opportunity that we have to do a project in Pathways, we take a look at what can I learn from a speaker standpoint, from a leadership standpoint, and then take a look at what growth you are going to get from doing that opportunity. For myself, I know that I've taken advantage of many of those opportunities. And that's one of the reasons that I now have 11 DTM plaques on the wall beside me, because I continue not just to take the opportunity, but to make it count for my club, for the district. And because of those opportunities, when Pathways made itself available to say, this is the new educational program, I took a look at it and said, you know, there's a lot of new and interesting things. There's a lot that is very similar from the old program, but there's a lot that is new. And I wanted to learn all I could because it's there now. Why not take advantage of it? It's part of what you've already paid for. It's not going to cost you anything extra. And you're going to learn from it. So learning things like how to create blogs, how to do podcasts, these are things that are very new. They weren't in the legacy system, as we call it. And why not learn from it? Take advantage. If you don't like it, you could start a different project instead. That's okay. That's all part of the Pathways Learning Project. And I've enjoyed every step of the way so far, and I keep going back for more.
Thank you, Gina. Thank you. You alluded to 2 points that I would like to emphasize. First of all, as Toastmasters, we need to continue refining our crafts, becoming better and better. This is the personal growth that we experience in Toastmasters. And as we say, this is kind of public speaking is like a muscle. If you don't practice, you lose it. That's
very
one
true.
element. And the other element, we have a team spirit in Toastmasters. When you do speeches as an experienced Toastmaster, your club members, new members, will learn how to do a speech. Your club would get credits for that. That goes towards their distinguished club program. So everything you do, you develop yourself as a person. At the same time, you help others develop themselves as well. I really like your attitude, Gina, and that's why we all respect you in the first place. So when you are doing pathways, especially our new members, when they are doing it for the first time, they don't know how to navigate the system and they don't know what project to pick and how they can strategize their learning experience. Through completing all these pathways, Gina, I'm sure you must have developed another expertise in navigating pathways and finding better ways of doing things. Would you like to share any insights, let's say any tools you used or the approach you take when you start a pathway, and how do you strategize a pathway? And I know you complete them very quickly too. And there may be some insights that you would like to share with our new members.
Very interesting question, Rishanthi, because for myself, I belong, as you mentioned, to two clubs. I'm also starting a new club. I'm an area director right now, so I have plenty of speaking opportunities on a regular basis. For myself, I take advantage of those speaking opportunities. I don't sign myself up necessarily for a speech at my own club right away. But what I do is I give others the opportunity and then take a look at what's available. Oh, look, there's a spot here in 2 weeks. I will sign myself up for a speech. What is the project that I have next on my list of speaking opportunities? So what I will do is I will go through and I will review the Pathways project or Pathways paths that I'm taking and ensure that I take a look at all of the different projects that are available. You don't necessarily have to complete them in the order in which they are listed. By means, level one, do all the speeches there, then level two, do all the speeches there. But what I do is I take a look at what projects are available and what fits what I want to talk about. Because sometimes you can do almost any topic on those level one projects. Just about everything fits into a level one project. Once you start into level two, level three, four, and five, it becomes a little bit more narrow focused on the topics that you're going to choose to speak on. So what I do is I take a look across the board to say, I want to talk about blah. Where does that best fit into? What project would I use if I wanted to speak on that topic? And how would it best fit into my pathways? And sometimes it doesn't. So what do? I take a look at buying a new path. Where does it fit into there? Because I may have finished all of my level one projects, maybe even all of my level two projects. And therefore it might be, well, maybe I just take a look at buying a new path and putting it into the next path. Because I belong to two clubs, I try to have, at this point, what has happened in the past is I've been able to give a full path to one club and then a full path to the other club each year, just the way that it's worked out, because I've had lots of different speaking opportunities over the past few years. Anytime I give a speech, I try to ensure that it qualifies for a Pathways project. And therefore, the adage of not speaking for free, or what used to be said is that a friend doesn't let a friend give a non-Pathways project. By means, you always make it count somehow. Even if you're working on a path right now and you give a speech that doesn't fit into what you're giving, hold off on the evaluation. By means, take the evaluation and have it count for a level one for your next project or for your next path. And therefore just keep it aside and use it later, because you'll have given the speech, it qualified as a pathway speech, don't waste it. For myself, I just continue to go forward with that. So taking a look at the projects that I have, the activities that I'm doing, by means Toastmasters is not the only organization that I belong to. Scary as that thought is, I actually belong to a couple of other non-for-profit organizations. And so if I have speaking opportunities there or project opportunities there, I'll take a look at that and figure out how I can bring that back into Toastmasters. That means perhaps it's a DTM project or a high performance leadership project. Perhaps it's a lead in any situation or manage a project somehow. And any of those types of pathways, projects are available both inside and outside of the Toastmasters environment. So there are different ways that you can use them and taking advantage of all of the different opportunities that you do get up and speak. I think that's one of the ways that I've been able to put together so many different pathway projects and accumulating the completions that I have over the years.
Wow, this is great because we always think that you need to do a speech in your club in order to get the credits. As Gina says, there are other opportunities that you get. You could use it for a pathway project as far as you notify your VP education and she or he is aware, and then you complete the objectives of that particular project. So this means there are so many different ways of making progress in your pathways.
Mhm.
And of course, Gina, after completing 11 pathways plus the legacy program, you may not need help. But at the same time, for our new members, if they want to get help from the district or from your club, anyone, we are there to help too, right?
Absolutely.
Everyone has many resources on our website, as well as the International Toastmasters International website. There are many resources. If you are still not comfortable going to any one of those web pages, you can go to where you always go, YouTube. YouTube has many tutorials on how to do projects and anything related to pathways. For example, when I became a Toastmaster in 2018, Gina has left our club by that time. This is the Kannada Toastmasters Club. When I joined, she was nowhere in the scene. And no one was there in the club who would understand pathways too. But still, I wanted to learn it. Only thing I did was to go to the YouTube. That was it. But most important thing is that if you need help, there are many people around you and there are many resources online that you can get help. It's just that you need to have the will to make progress in your pathways. Thank you so much, Gina, for sharing your wisdom. Before we move on to the Q&A session, I would like to know from you. It's not just for me, it's for our new Toastmasters. Those who are watching this video later, if you are a new Toastmaster, you may like to learn from Gina or at least to get some inspiration from her. So Gina, what would you like to tell to new Toastmasters who just started in Toastmasters and who want to navigate and who want to embrace the opportunities that Toastmasters offers? What is your advice to them?
I think of a couple of different things. The first thing is to have fun. Enjoy the journey that you're going to go on. Select members that you can gain from their experience within your club and sometimes even from outside of your club. And one of the things that it reminds me of is the words from our past international president, Helen Blanchard, who said, if you can get out of Toastmasters everything you can get out of Toastmasters, you will never get out of Toastmasters. I mean, there's so much to learn, so much to gain. And as you go forward, your goals will become bigger and bigger because you will learn so much and there's so much more to learn that there's no need to ever get out of Toastmasters.
Yes, so you better start somewhere.
There you go. Absolutely. Start somewhere and just go from there because you're going to gain such wonderful insights that you will be able to take back, basically put all of the skills that you were learning in the safe environment of your club, make those skills into your little skills toolbox. And as you grow and learn, make mistakes, and continue to grow and learn, put those tools into your box and bring them with you to your work, to your social environment, to your home, and you will gain so much more from it. I wish I had joined even earlier than I did, and I would have still been in it, mind you.
Thank you so much, Gina, for taking the time this evening to join with us. As always, Gina doesn't need to know who you are. If you want to reach out to her, she's always happy to help you in any way she can. And that's what happened to me. As I said before, by the time I joined my club, Gina has left to open another club. But she visited us for a contest or something, I can't recall exactly, and then I reach out to Gina, and then since that day she is mentoring me. So she's happy to help anyone. So if you are interested in knowing anything from Gina, please reach out to her. She will be there to help you, and there are so many other people in our district too who is there for you. Only thing you need to know is you need to have the will to reach out us and ask for help. Once again, thank you so much, Gina.